Howdy folks, recognise this one? That's right, I'm back doing a rerun of the Amsterdam Mini Cruise, except this time there's a difference.
Hello!
Got Elijah with me. I had such a good time last time. I got home and I was like, you have to come on it. You have to come on the trip.
He did.
So here we are, we're doing the trip, except this time there's also another difference, but more of that when we get on board. Let's go get checked in. And here we are, all checked in and on board, which leads us on to the second difference for this particular trip. Now, when I came by myself, I was on the Princess Seaways, but this time with Elijah, we're on the King Seaways, which I suppose is sort of the brother ship, the
sibling ship.
The sibling ship. Not sure if it's the sister ship, but regardless. So we'll be able to see what's different, what's changed for the better or for the worse compared to the Princess Seaways. So that way we've done both vessels that cover this route. So that way we're going to be aficionados when it comes to the DFDS Mini Cruise. You know, see what happens on both legs. Now, there is one other difference that we've still yet to show you. And here is that last difference. Ta-da! Obviously, when I came by myself, I had the budget basic room. As there's the two of us, we thought we'd save up a little bit, treat ourselves. And this is the Commodore Cabin. So this is almost as posh as it gets. There's the Commodore Deluxe, which wasn't an option, but for us this was the top option available. Yeah. So let's give you the little squiz round. We'll start with the boring stuff. Coats, bags, no one really cares about that. TV, bunk bed, we've got a chaise longue this time. Random hotel chair that no one ever uses. Got the nice double bed for this occasion rather than a little single bed. If I come swizz round, we've got free beverages there. There's included Wi-Fi. This is all full of like the menus and the guest information. This is very exciting. If I open this little cabinet, it's a fridge with a mini bar in it. How about that? And this is part of the room. This is all for free as part of your sort of room package. So you best believe we'll be investigating that. We've got little Toblerones because they also came free from this little jar. Making use of those. Standard little sort of like storage cubby on either side, light on either side. Nice photo of Amsterdam. And then here is the bathroom. That slide, shelving, glassware, some little amenities. Everyone likes amenities. Got body lotion. There's a little vanity kit, sink, most important thing, and then we've got a shower, which looks pretty clean and tidy. We've got shampoo and shower gel, conditioner, nice little hand wash as well. But the best bit, and the whole reason we got this cabin, was to enjoy the views. It's got two windows, and right now we're just waiting to leave. Right, back in the room now, and I thought we would test out the Wi-Fi that comes as part of the package when you get your sort of Commodore Cabin. See how easy it is to set up and also how fast it is. It's not something we normally take advantage of. We don't tend to need Wi-Fi when we go places. We sort of shut down the electronics for a few days, but we'll give this a go. So you get your little booklet when you come in your room, and then you get your voucher, and apparently this should be as easy as connecting to guest. There we go. Sign in. Yep. Sign in. And then... already have a code. Yep, there we go. And then this is the code. 2476 7207. See if that works. Yep, perfect. Okay, that was fairly straightforward. And this lasts for 44 hours, so it's the duration of the cruise, which is nice. And it even shows you how long you've got left. Perfect. Right, now that's set up, all it's have to do is check how fast it is. There we are, download it is about 1.5 meg per second, so not fantastic, but certainly good enough for emails, texting, that sort of thing. If you want to watch YouTube, probably not the best, but considering we are in the middle of the sea, not too bad. Morning everybody, you find us after a particularly fitful night's sleep, I think it's accurate to say.
Yeah.
The sea is a little bit rough out there, the boat is rocking quite badly. Yeah, we didn't get much sleep, which is not to the detriment of DFDS, you know, they can't help the sea. You know.
The bed was very comfy.
It was very comfy, a lot more comfortable than the single man bed that I had. It's genuinely quite plush, quite enjoyable.
Yeah.
Good hot shower again. That was very impressive actually.
And the water pressure was surprisingly strong. I was quite surprised by that.
Yeah, no, it was about the same as the one that I had on the solo room, except we're 2 decks higher, and it was still the same. So that was impressive. Nice toiletries, but the pumps for them are rubbish. Like you just can't get anything out, so it's ending up sort of unscrewing it and sort of tipping it out. Sort of defeats the point of having a nice bougie sort of toiletry set.
Yeah.
We are about 20 minutes from breakfast, I think.
About half an hour.
About half an hour from breakfast, so we're going to check that out because we're not in like the communal one. We've got like a special Commodore Club diners only room. It's a bit weird. We'll take some photos and show you what that's like, but we're very excited. We're both absolutely starving, and the sun is just coming up outside of our windows, so after breakfast we'll go up on deck, show you the views, and then get ready to dock in Amsterdam.
With neither of us feeling particularly good from our poor night's sleep, breakfast was a pretty relaxed affair, and we spent most of it just watching the world travel past out of the window. We'll show you the full breakfast setup later in the video.
Bit of excitement after breakfast. We came up just to sort of get some fresh air, and it turns out they've actually opened the front observation deck, because last night it had been closed for high winds, and it was pretty blustery, wasn't it?
Very windy.
Very windy. It's probably why the ship was rocking so badly. Anyway, regardless, it's now given our first sort of tantalising glimpses of the coast, of the port sort of looming out at us. So we're probably about half an hour away from docking, we think, and starting our adventure. There is one significant upgrade on the King Seaways over the Princess Seaways. No heavy doors. Check that out.
Cheers. Can you check it?
Thank you.
And there we are, off the bus in Amsterdam. Now, you'll have already seen our Amsterdam video, so you already know what we've got up to, but we're about to go and find out.
Yep.
So we'll show you very shortly. Aha, we're back. Another good day out. I mean, you've already seen it because it came out last week, but for us, we've just lived it. And it was a very good day out, but now it's time to get back on the bus. Just like that, back on the gangway, getting back on the ship. We've got a timer going. We're currently at 45 minutes from getting on the bus and departing to getting back on the ferry. So super speedy. These transfers make everything a doddle. Ta-da!
And we're back.
And we're back.
Look, we've got Toblerones
Oh,
again.
they refilled the Tobler, and that is the most important thing. Hallelujah. Did they
You get refills.
Oh, you get refill.
Yeah.
Oh, we've missed the trick. We were wondering about this. Like, do they refill or do they not refill? So we only had like a Pepsi, a Tango, and one of the sparkling wines last night because we didn't know. So we wanted to like ration it for the return leg as well. But they refill it, so you can go absolutely nuts on the outboard and on the inboard. Oh yes. Winner. Back on board, back in one piece, and it only took us 47 minutes and 22 seconds from departing Amsterdam to getting back on the boat. That is snappy.
So quick.
Very, very quick. Honestly, those transfers make an absolute doddle out of things. Now, the plan for tonight, because we haven't yet really given you the ship tour, we've only sort of briefly highlighted what's for breakfast. The plan is, just tonight, we're going to be relaxing, and we've got dinner booked in the restaurant.
We do.
Which is at 6:30. We depart 5 or 5:30.
5:30.
One of the two, 5:30. So we've got an hour then. We'll show you dinner, but the full tour will be tomorrow morning because we'll get up, we'll go to breakfast, and give you the full rundown whilst it's quiet on the ship. Everyone's boarding. You know, there's at least 2 buses behind us that are coming on right now. It's it's not the easiest thing to film right now, but we'll get us departing harbour as well. It's a really nice sunny day out there now, so it should be absolutely stunning. You know, it should be gorgeous views as we leave. And if you've seen my solo trip, you know that little lighthouse was completely swamped in darkness when I went past it. So hopefully this time we'll actually be able to see it. It might look quite picturesque as we go past. That is the plan. So dinner, sort of nice shots as we leave, and then the full tour tomorrow. But for now, we're going to go and get some air on the obs deck and just see what the view is.
Ladies and gentlemen, please listen carefully to the following important information about safety on board. If a critical situation arises,
It's a little bit windy. It's a bit cold as well. But the views are stunning. Check these out. That one there is what was lost in the darkness last time. Now we've got a wonderful sunset to enjoy it with. And then we'll head off out into the open sea on our way back to Newcastle. One of the benefits to having a little cabin is that when it gets cold out on the observation deck, you can just come back to the room, warm up, and you still get the same view. Cheers.
Just like on the Princess Seaways, a friendly member of staff will show you to your seat and take any drinks orders that you might have. The Explorer's kitchen definitely felt a lot larger than its counterpart on the Princess Seaways, but the room was still packed and waiting times did get quite long on a few occasions. For the most part though, the menu was identical, although DFDS had made use of that extra space with new options such as sushi and a taco stand. Whilst the new range of options were certainly welcome, we did unfortunately run into some issues. Firstly, and whilst we fully appreciate just how busy it was on this night, kitchen staff were really quite slow to replenish the stock of most items, with long periods where nothing was available at some of the stands. The most worrying thing for us, however, was the distinct lack of consistency in the food. The prime example of this was at the dessert station, where the flavours and consistencies changed from pot to pot, but throughout the entire selection, food saw different cooking levels from one restock to another. It did start to feel a bit of a gamble as to whether you were going to get something good or bad, and that was really frustrating. When it was good, however, the food was hot and tasty and just what we needed to replenish our energy after our day out. An added bonus was the ice cream stand that Elijah found just as we were heading out. It had a huge range of toppings to choose from, and there was a cheerful server manning the station. Overall, we came away quite impressed, but we felt like a little extra was missing.
Back in the cabin after dinner, we are absolutely stuffed, I think is the word.
Yes, I could roll.
Yeah, we have gorged ourselves on the buffet there. Very, very tasty for the most part. As I said in the voiceover just now, it was a few little issues, but otherwise, on the whole, pretty good. We are now going to retire for the evening. We're both pretty knackered. We've done a lot of walking today.
Yes.
Around Amsterdam. We're now both full, fat and heavy from dinner. Yeah, time for bed for us. We will see you, though, bright and early for a tour of the ship. Morning, everybody. Much better night's sleep, that one.
It was, yes, it was a much smoother ride.
Much smoother ride, far less swell, and weirdly a little bit quieter than the outbound passage. We, as promised, are going to give you the full tour of the ship now. So we're going to go down to level 7, which is where sort of guest services is, and then work our way up, at which point we'll go to breakfast. We've got breakfast at 7:30.
We do.
In the Blue Ribbon restaurant, which I'm sure is a chocolate bar. I'm sure that's the name of a chocolate bar.
No idea.
And then at that point after breakfast, it should be nice and light outside, so we'll be able to give you the full tour of the outside as well. And hopefully the obs deck on the front of the ship is open again for some sweeping shots as we arrive into Newcastle. But for now, we'll head down to level 7 and start working our way back up. That away. That's duty free in there. They've got all these wonderful models. Look at these. Guest services. And then Explorer's Kitchen is down there. That is now open for breakfast. We won't go much further, but then here's the side entrance for duty free as well. And that's basically it for level 7. It's a very condensed deck. There's not too much actually on here, other than the cabins down that corridor. Let's head up to deck 8. Over that side is the North Sea Bistro. Got a book to get in there. Great ornaments. And then this is the pub, which I think is a little bit smaller than on the Princess, from memory. At the far end, we've got the Coffee Crew coffee bar. We've got the Navigator's bar, which is what we're at now. And then just here on the left is breakfast for Commodore class passengers. Very tasty. There we are. Prices are pretty similar to the high street. Let's get a look at what they're offering this morning. Most of these lower decks are pretty condensed in what they have. It is literally just like up one corridor. Deck 9 is where things really kick off. Deck 9 gives you your first proper access to the outside, but here is predominantly what it's about. So we've got Cinema 1, Mufasa, Wicked and Flight Risk. Good selection. There's a conference room as well. Be a bit difficult to hold a meeting if you're being wobbled about by the swell. And then here we go, Cinema 2, got Moana 2, Gladiator 2, and A Complete Unknown. Which is A Complete Unknown, I've never heard of that film. Going back up the corridor, got a little display stand for the duty free, and then we've got like the relaxation area. So we've got massage chairs, that's the driver's lounge in there, obviously I'm not going in there. And then this is sort of like the amusements game. You've got your 18 plus games, little vending machines, and amusement games. And there's your sort of change converters as well. That is all now closed off, but that is the nightclub. We haven't been in there at all at any point on this trip. It's been very, very busy and not really our vibe. But I'll flash a few photos up on screen so you can see what it's like in there. And in fact, as we're stood here saying all of that, I think the sun is just coming up out there. Head back to the room, because that is it. That is 789. That is everything that's occurring on this ship. So we'll head back to the room, grab a coat, and then go and catch that sunrise. There we are, that's where we started, down on deck 7. We've got your duty free, guest services, you've got breakfast and dinner in the buffet restaurant down there for explorers. Deck 8, North Sea Bistro, very posh, good sounding menu, but a little bit too much for us. Pub, Blue Ribbon restaurant for breakfast for Commodore class cabins. Coffee, kids play area, and then here we are finishing up on deck 9 with most of the entertainment. Everything above this is predominantly just deck space or cabin space, although there is the sky bar up on deck 12, but that is seasonal, as with the Princess. That is still closed right now. There's also these unfortunate souls down here on deck 2. There are some other differences between the Princess and the King. One, the King has way more decoration, and the door colours are different. They were white on Princess. We realised on the way back to the room that we'd missed the Orca sort of station, which is actually huge compared to the one on the Princess. Just tried to go in there, it's being hoovered and cleaned, so we'll come back for that later. You'd be a bit stuffed in this cabin, you just got a view of the lifeboat. One of the ways that the King is a bit better than the Princess is in deck space. There's so much more of it available at the back. We've got the sky bar up there, we've got these sort of half levels, there's this one sweeping level which even has the Jack and Rose recreational area. You could recreate that particular scene. We've got the main deck below, there's another deck below that, where you sort of see there's people. I think there may even be one lower than that. It's extraordinary, and all of them have benches, or if I just swing around behind us, there's like a little metal table there. So much more in the way of provisions and viewing area on the King compared to the Princess. I've been informed we need to recreate that scene, so what am I doing? Holding my hands out? Oh god. I've never seen the film.
Do you feel like you're on the Titanic?
I hope it's not sinking.
Go on.
Oh god. I've never seen the film.
Oh my goodness.
Shush. It's enough of that. Oh, very wet. And this is what I mean compared to the Princess. Look how many sort of tables are available in the summer. This would be fantastic. And there you are, there's the area you can recreate Jack and Rose. Bit of fog over on the coast, I would suggest. Actually, looking at that. Not sure if that'll come up on the GoPro, so I'll take a photo and zoom it in. It's a bit foggy. There's only one thing better than a sunrise like that, and that is pancakes with bacon on them. That's what we're going to go and get now. It is breakfast time.
Talking about the pancakes again.
Of course I'm talking about them, but they're so good!
Better get some in you then.
I intend to.
As promised, here's a better look at what breakfast is like for Commodore Cabin passengers. There's a few additional menu items such as fresh smoothies and juices, but it is otherwise identical to the Explorer's breakfast. You're attentively waited on by a member of staff, although the buffet itself is still self-service. With there being far fewer diners in this restaurant, the staff are all over keeping things stocked and everything was cooked to perfection. This was definitely better than fighting over the buffet in the Explorer's kitchen, and both of us fully recommend the bacon and pancakes.
There we are, big hearty breakfast under our belts. That was good, that was,
It was very
wasn't
good. It lived up to all our hopes and dreams from yesterday.
It was, like we were looking forward to it, and
Yes.
wow, absolutely fulfilled it. We are, before we get back into Newcastle, just going to run through a list of sort of pros and cons that we found of both this particular ship, the King Seaways, compared to the Princess, but also the Commodore class cabin compared to the standard sort of solo bunk that I had last time.
Yes.
Because there have been some differences we've
There have
discovered.
been, yes.
We'll start with the positives. Positive, big positive, comfort. Obviously, with a larger room like this, a larger cabin, you get more space. That's just part of it. And that space has been wonderful. It's been really easy, and we're sat on the chaise longue right now. We've got the chair to the left. We've been able to just relax, especially in the evenings.
Yeah,
Be able to sort of
it's
just
really nice.
spread out, relax, enjoy the views out the window, enjoy the free mini bar.
Yeah.
The comfort is king in this one, I think.
Absolutely.
There's no comparison there. If you want comfort, you need the bigger cabin.
You do.
If you want value for money, however, you do want that smaller cabin. We've found that beyond the sort of comfort and the free minibar, that's been sort of it in terms of benefits. The smaller room gives you much more flexibility in your budget to be able to bolt on breakfast and a posh dinner for the same price that you only get the room and breakfast here.
Yes.
Which is, it's a bit underwhelming. We've also got on our little list just on the table here, free Wi-Fi, which we have used, but, you know, I didn't use it last time and it didn't really feel like an issue.
We would have been fine without it. We would have been able to cope. We're not addicted to our phone.
No.
Like, we didn't even watch any YouTube videos, for example, which we'd normally do to go to bed with.
No.
We just went to sleep.
In fact, there's something else. If I pan a little bit here, we've got the TV up there. It only worked. It only worked coming back from Amsterdam.
For a couple of minutes until we got out of range of the satellite signal.
It's pointless. It doesn't achieve anything. It's not even like hooked up to Wi-Fi, so you know you could watch YouTube up there. It's one of the benefits of this room, but it's not really a benefit.
No.
It's weird. Onboard facilities actually increased on this boat, I thought.
Yeah, you said about the tables outside.
Yeah.
They were there instead of
you got a lot more deck space. You also get the front observation deck as well, which is a brilliant addition.
Yeah.
Something I wish the Princess Seaways had. And then all the tables and chairs on the back. There's loads more deck space out there to enjoy the views.
Yeah.
So that's a real win for the King Seaways over the Princess. Customer service, fantastic again. All the staff have been brilliant. That is a common theme for DFDS.
And the staff even said welcome back when we came back.
They did. They recognised us. So honestly, the staff absolutely brilliant. They're a real positive for DFDS on both vessels. Cons, however, for the price that we're paying for this room, we'd expect a little bit more than just a free breakfast.
Yeah, you'd expect dinner to be included, but we had to pay ourselves for the dinner.
Dinner is only included for the Commodore Deluxe, which is the next step above this. They get their own sort of fancy lounge up on deck 11, I think it is. Like, it's really posh. It would have been nice, just even a little complimentary meal service. We've got a little sort of room service menu, but it would be, you've got to be paying for that. So yeah, it felt like a missed opportunity.
Yes.
The room, way stuffier compared to the room I had last time.
Yeah, it was
so hot in here. The fan, you may even hear it in the background, has been whirring away up there.
Doing not much.
It's very ineffective. It's stuffy. Obviously, I understand why the windows can't open. It's, you know, it would have been nice though.
It would have been
it
really
was
nice.
Desperate a few occasions over the course of the night where you want to crack a window open, but you can't. What else have we got? Standard of food had dropped compared to the Princess. Honestly, I didn't think it was as good.
A lot of the food I had a couple of bites and decided I didn't like it, so left it. And then I felt bad for leaving it.
Yeah.
But it was okay. I wasn't blown away by any of the food that we had. Really.
No, the only thing we haven't done on either of these trips is go in the North Sea Bistro, which is like the posh restaurant. It's the only place we've not been to. So if the standard food is good in there, we would recommend going in.
Yes.
You know, the menu seems very attractive, but we didn't go in for price, although we probably should have saved a few pennies, gone with the cheaper room, and then used that budget. But yeah, the food seemed to have dropped. The other thing, value for money. Is this room value for money? No, I wouldn't say it was.
No, I wouldn't pay this price again to have this experience.
No, it's a good experience, but for the length of time that you're on board, this room is very expensive.
Yes, there aren't enough added extras to make it worth your while. For example, the Wi-Fi, it was very expensive. It was like €40 or something for the whole journey, but we have used maybe an hour in total of the Wi-Fi, combined in all our various little, we're booking Adam Lookout, for example.
Yeah.
That took 5 minutes on the Wi-Fi. So adding all of those sort of little Wi-Fi excursions together, an hour.
Didn't need it.
So that's not worth it.
Not at all. We'll pop up some more sort of thoughts and feelings at the end of the video, as always, but we just wanted to give you that sort of quick rundown, pros and cons that we've discovered right now in the moment.
Yes.
We'll see on our way home, we'll think of more, we'll put it at the end of the video. There's only one thing left to do, and that's dock in Newcastle. So we'll head up on the deck, enjoy the views, and end the adventure. We will just show you the orc room that was closed earlier though. Back outside. Into the wind.
Dear passengers, good morning. The time is now 9 a.m. and we expect to arrive in Newcastle at 10:15 Central European Time.
Van de jongste zoon van mevrouw was ook die en ik zeg, mama, dat is ook waar deze. Ik kwam naar mijn nieuwe schoonzus.
We've just popped back to the cabin to get our bags before we disembark, so all that's left for us to say is thank you very much for coming with us. We hope you've enjoyed. We certainly enjoyed our little trip.
We have enjoyed ourselves.
And we'll see you very, very soon. Bye.
Bye.
Vragen zich naar autodek te begeven. Passagiers van wie de auto is geparkeerd op dek